Okay, so I'd like to welcome you all. So this is our second slide in the third class. So today's topic is first and second language acquisition. Well, it will be a surprise for you that you guys already have done that course, maybe, or maybe doing that course, second language acquisition. So basically today we'll be going through a brief overview of that particular course and how does that connect it to the applied linguistics. Okay, so today our topic is first and second language acquisition. Let's jump into the topic. Okay, so what is SLA, or the introduction to language acquisition, or maybe language acquisition, whether it could be first language or second language. Let me explain it to you very first. Language acquisition refers to the intricate and subconscious process. Subconscious, it is the key factor here. It is the main controlling idea. Process by which individuals internalize linguistic structures and competencies. Okay, this is the first one. Let me read it for you, then I'll be explaining it to you. So it constitutes a pivotal domain within applied linguistics, particularly pertinent to pedagogy and cognitive development. Okay, I'd like you to write those two down first, then I'll explain to you. Hey. I think you should know the rule. Everyone knows the rule. Is this your first class? Is this your first class with me? So don't do that again, okay? Thanks for the theft. Okay, while writing, let me explain it to you. Here, language acquisition is not only second language, it could be the first language acquisition also. Okay, language acquisition refers to the integrated and subconscious underlying subconscious, because not necessarily every time we acquire language consciously, but rather subconsciously is more effective. Definitely. Some linguists will argue that a language, if we learn that particular language in a subconscious way, maybe that, Hindi. Well, not necessarily in everything. I mean, in any language we acquire subconsciously. For example, our mother tongue. Come on, our mother tongue. So our mother tongue. Yes, Hindi could be. Some Punjabi could be. So every time we acquire a knowledge subconsciously, that basically triggers our intrinsic value of that particular language. That means the acquisition of language holds supremacy. That means that is very fruitful, to be very plain language, in the very plain language. Okay. So it constitutes a pivotal domain within applied linguistics, particularly pertinent to pedagogy and cognitive development. Well, when we acquire one language, that definitely makes a mark within our pedagogy and cognitive development. Yes, definitely. Please understand it very carefully. The more you learn languages, not one language. The more you learn languages, the more open your mind could be, the more pedagogically and cognitively developed you could become. Is that clear? Okay, so L1, L2. L1 means?
First language.
Or mother tongue, or maybe, I don't know. So the main language, the language where we born, the language in which we spent our childhood. Okay, first language acquisition, the innate assimilation of the mother tongue. Here basically they have said it in mother tongue. Well, I have a different point of view. Hey, write those two only, not these. Come on. Only these two, not these two. Okay, so They have said the innate assimilation of the mother tongue. That means they are bridging mother tongue to L1 very precisely. But I have another opinion. Okay, just listen. If a children, American-born children, 2 years old, with the father, Bangladeshi national, his father, yes, maybe the child's father is a Bangladeshi national and a Bengali, and his mother is a Pakistani national. So Pakistan-born mother, Bangladeshi-born father, and the children and the child was born in New York City, in America. See, so his father used to talk with his friends in Bengali. His mother, the child's mother, used to talk with her friends and her family, maybe in Urdu or maybe in Pashto, maybe in Punjabi, I don't know. So, just think about that particular situation. What could be the mother tongue? What could be the first language of that particular child? What could be the L1 of that particular child? Yes, definitely English. It's neither Bengali nor Urdu or any Pakistani language, because the environment, the situation, the child is bringing up, the situation in which the child is being through from the early childhood, from that particular situation, from that society, from maybe his neighborhood, from his friends, they're all speaking English. Maybe his father and mother also speaking English inside the house because they do not have a common language, lingua franca. Though his father is a Bangladeshi born male and his mother is a Pakistani born female, still they could have a common language in their home that is called English, maybe. So the L1, mother tongue means the tongue we derive from our mother. But here, the L1 or the mother tongue could be for the boy is English. It's going to be English.
So can it be in mixed language? Because what if the boy grew up in a community where people spoke both Bengali and Urdu and English?
Well, that could be the case, but I'm talking about United States and New York. So the boy spends most of his daytime with friends. Friends go to schools, maybe preschoolers, maybe daycares, and their nannies, their teachers, and the government protocol is to confer the English language. Well, I'm not talking whimsically. I know some people, I know some parents, I know some boy, American born, with Bangladeshi born father, Pakistani born mother, and they cannot speak neither Bengali nor Urdu or Pashto. They are speaking in English because their environment plays a huge role in order to shape one's cognitive load and language acquisition. Okay, so first language that means here it has been written that make assimilation of the mother tongue. Yes. So we'll be saying mother tongue and L1 simultaneously. L1 means mother tongue means L1. Okay? It's not necessarily that my mother is speaking in that particular language, so that is my mother tongue. Okay? Is that clear? Okay, then as second language acquisition. The learned process mastering a language beyond the native tongue. Yes, that means by second language. Well, when I was in your position, I was being taught this course by one of my teachers, and she was quite a bit like that. Her father, though her father and mother both are from Bangladesh, but she was born in London because of his father's job. So her first language was English rather than Bengali because she was going to school at a very early age, and everywhere at that time she was hearing the speaking of English, and she knew at that time English much better than Bengali, even if her father and mother both were Bengali. But her first language was English, and then I was in her class and I was asking, ma'am, what if more than one language could be the first language? What if I'm a American-born Bangladeshi, maybe. So my father and mother both are from Bangladesh, and they speak Bengali inside the house all the time. But I was born in America, and then is it possible that both Bengali and English could be my first language, as I am hearing the Bengali language from my parents, and then I'm hearing English from the outside everywhere. So she said, well, that's not the issue. Here, the issue comes code mixing, code switching, register. Which register you are offering? Well, first language should be one language, not more than one language. Done. Then, yes, you could have that competence that yes, I have first language that is English, Bengali, whatever. Then I know more than 2, 3, 4 languages, but I am competent enough on those languages as I'm competent in my L1. See, this is how this could be. But language 1 or L1 or first language should be 1. Yes, you could know more than one languages as competent as your first language, but that should not be considered as your L1. That could be L2, L3, L4, whatever. But yes, you could say, I'm very competent enough. I think you guys know Dr. Muhammad Shaidullah. He knew more than 20 languages and very fluent in each of them. Okay, so SLA, the learning process mastering a language beyond the native tongue. Yes, well, you guys will have the SLA course, and then Jay will be talking about this in very elaboratively. We'll be talking about this in very brief. Okay, so this is the first slide. Then let's go to the next slide. Okay, theories of first language acquisition. FLA, not SLA, second language acquisition. Okay, 3 predominant theoretical frameworks underpin our understanding of L1 acquisition. Well, by 3 theories, we can understand how L1 could be acquired. L1, mother tongue, first language, a language within which we born, a language within which our childhood passed. Okay, so the behaviorist theory, B.F. Skinner, I think you guys know this man from very much earlier. Yes, that's right. So behaviorist theory, what Skinner said is language learning as a conditioned response to environmental stimuli and reinforcement. Stimuli, reinforcement. Stimuli, reinforcement. What does that mean? Stimuli means initiating something or initiator. Stimulus. Stimuli. I'm hearing from my friends, can you pass me the ball? Pass the ball, pass the ball. Pass, what does that mean? Pass? Okay, passing means giving him ball. What does that mean? Okay, well, that round shaped object is ball. Stimuli and reinforcement. Yes, that reinforcement. Yes, that's the ball, that's the ball. Well, this is a cricket ball, this is a football, and this is a basketball ball. Okay? So these things, sometimes, first it intricates, it basically triggers some stimulus, and then I give it a reinforcement. This is called behaviorist theories. Behaviorist theories, first language acquisitions, probability. That means where we used to say, or where we acquire language, when we acquire our first language, we used to have it in our subconscious mind. See, this is not basically be taught in the schools. This could be taught in the playgrounds. So first language we always acquire unconsciously or at least subconsciously. So behaviorist theory, B.F. Skinner, you guys know that. This is a very brief thing here. And then nativist theory, Noam Chomsky. Nowadays, Noam Chomsky is very popular. Well, not nowadays. It's very popular since maybe before my birth. Okay, so not okay. Let's see what Noam Chomsky said. Assert that human possesses an inborn language acquisition device (LAD) and a universal grammar (UG principles). You guys have known that thing,
Yes.
huh? UG principles. So Noam Chomsky said, well, forget everything. No, there's nothing called reinforcement and stimulus. That yes, we know the language from our environment. We know the language from our society. We know the language from our friends. No. We all have that innate language device installed within our brain. So even if we do not have any stimuli or responses, still we could form a particular language very briefly, very precisely. See, this is what basically Noam Chomsky said. Nativist theory. Okay, then interaction theory, Jeremy Bernard basically his name. Jeremy Bernard is saying, proposes that language development is scaffolded by social interaction, integrating both cognitive and environmental dimensions. Well, both of those, behaviorist theory and interactionist theory, are quite close enough, but not same, not the same. Because behaviorist theory basically saying stimuli and reinforcement. That means, hey, see, boy, well, what do you see? What do you say to a very early age of a child, maybe 1 year or 12, 14 months, 16 months boy or girl? We say, see, this is ball, this is ball. Say ball, ball. See, then we basically create a stimuli to that particular children, and then the child say ball, ball, or whatever those blabbering sounds they make. See, this is called stimuli reinforcement. But interaction theory says, well, we do not create stimuli very precisely. What do you say? We just talk. We just talk. See, maybe I am talking with her, and then a kid is, sometimes the kid is saying, hearing my voice, sometimes the kid is hearing her voice. So, we are not creating a stimuli, but still the children is learning at least something from our language, because every child is very much acting like, that means they like to act, they like to hear, they like to act what they see, act accordingly. So basically this is the difference between behaviorist theory and interactionist theory. Well, this is important for English also. Nativist theory, well, nativist theory is not very important because you guys know this thing very precisely in your SLA course. Okay, so you guys should keep an eye on these two theories, behaviorist theory and interactionist theory, and what are the differences between those two theories. What could be the connector between those two theories? What could be the different part of that of those two theories? Okay, so this is FLA, first language acquisition, 3 theories. Number 1, number 3 is important for your
So there are also 2 experiments like box experiment. We have Skinner's box experiment.
Yes, you guys know that. I know. Who basically teaches you that course? Yes, I know that. Okay, so she knows it very well. Yes. Okay, so the next one, please. So the behaviorist perspective, yes, what you have said earlier, Skinner viewed language acquisition as a product of operant conditioning. Children learn to speak by imitating adults. Yes, children like to imitate. Children like to act accordingly. See? Yeah, definitely accordingly. Suppose I am speaking with a girl and a children sitting there, and the child is basically trying to act like us. This is very common phenomena within the children. Yes. So children learn speech by imitating adults and receiving rewards for correct utterances. Yes, here rewards are important. Reinforcement. I said reinforcement. Reinforcement is connected to rewards. How we could reinforce? By rewarding them. Okay? So imitating adults, this is important here, and reword is important here. For example, a child says milk and is reworded with milk. Maybe I'm trying to help my 13 months old maybe baby boy with pronouncing the milk. Okay, come on, say milk. Then if he could say milk, then I could reword him milk or maybe chocolate. Well, this is not a good example with milk. They do not like milk. Maybe chocolate. If I say, come on, say chocolate. If you can say chocolate, I will give you a bar of chocolate. Then he says chocolate. He tries very hard and then he says it. Voila, I give it to you. A bar of chocolate maybe. So rewords, reinforcement is connected to rewords. Okay, reinforce the association between the word and its referent. This reinforces the association between the word with its reference. Hey, understand that very carefully. Chocolate. Hey, by the way, we know. Oh, you might not know because I have taken your linguistic course. Still, maybe you could know. Language is arbitrary and necessary. You guys know that?
Yes.
Definitely
Yes.
know that. Language is arbitrary and necessary. Well, this is called remote in English. Well, there's no such intrinsic connection between the word remote and this particular object. We know that. We say this name is remote. This object's name is remote because, well, why? We don't know. This is why language is arbitrary. There's no such connection between tree and the object, which is really a tree. Because in English this is tree, in Arabic this is shajara, in Bengali this is. See, every language has a different opinion about that particular same object. That means there's no intrinsic connection between the word and the object which it refers to. Yes, that's why language is arbitrary and necessary. That's why we need the child to understand that thing. See, this is chocolate. This is, say chocolate, yes. The word chocolate is been saying, then we gift him with that particular object. See, by saying chocolate, you mean this sweet object, this sweet and tasty object to lick, to chew. Huh?
So that means we are bound to say that.
Exactly. Well, they are about to say that. See, the cat in English, in Bengali,
Yeah.
there's no such connection with cat and maybe meow. If the name was meow, yes, that could be a universal name. A Russian cat meows. A Bengali cat also meows. See. Okay. So this is the example. Please understand that very carefully. So not only in this slide, you will be doing such good in any language courses, any EdTech courses. Okay, so the critic, there's a critic. Please write the critic only, quickly. The critic is important for our midterms and for your understanding also. So basically the theory says, whatever we are hearing, we can only reproduce that one particular thing, or there are those particular thing also. But this is the critic. This is not true. We can say anything that we haven't even heard before. That's why scientific fictions happen. That's why the fiction.
Because we have innate.
Indeed, exactly. So this is the critic. The theory cannot explain how children generate novel sentences. Novel means new or anything they haven't heard before. Okay, so they have never heard before. Nor does it account for internal rule formation. That means, basically, by behaviorists, they are saying we can only say what we have heard before, or at least the structures we have seen before or we have gone through before. But this is not the right thing. we can say particularly correct sentences without even hearing before, without even going through before. Okay. It's not very hard. It's not hard. It's not. Okay, let's go to the next one. Nativist perspective. Well, see, we all know that nativist perspective, what nativists said. Noam Chomsky introduced the idea of innate grammar framework, UG principles. We all know those UG principles. Hey,
Yes.
definitely, you
Yes.
guys have read that. UG principles. Okay, hardware into human brain, definitely. Okay, so you should consult with her and please make her understand what do's and don'ts in the classroom. Huh? Please, it's your duty. If she does it again, I will beat you up. Is that clear, Charlie? Is that clear, Charlie? Great. Okay. So children acquire complex syntactic rules without formal instruction. Yes, that's the most important part. Hey, you know, this is very empirical. This is very empirical. That means it has already been proven, even without researching it. Do you know why or how? Hey, you guys know Pidgin and Creole?
Yes, sir.
Pidgin and Creole, basically Pidginized and Creolized languages falls under this rule. See, we all know Pidgin is not a fully functional language. We all know that, definitely. And we know all the history of Pidgin. Come on.
Sir, only 30 batch knows this.
Only 13 batch knows this. Oh, 14 batch doesn't know that. Oh. Hey, you guys are social linguistics, that's why.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and they do not have that. Oh. Okay, but if I want to take that into account, if I want to talk about that, that could be a long story. Well, okay, so 14 batch, maybe I should talk about it another day, but long story short, Pidgin and Creole is connected with slavery trade. Trade means it's not a good trade, it's slavery trade, and Caribbean sugarcane industry with black slavery. Okay, so many parts of Africa, invaders or maybe colonizers have gone to many parts to Africa, and then they saw some black people with muscle strength, and then they captured them, and then they sent them to the Caribbean, okay, to grow sugarcane. Okay, so those particular black people did not have a lingua franca. They talk in their own particular languages. Some could talk in language A, some could talk in language B, C, D, many languages, even we lost count. So then they basically go with the ship, the vehicle was the ship, and then they work together at that particular place in Caribbean. Then they form a common language, which is called Pidgin. Why a 14 batch student is answering that? That's called Pidgin. Okay, then that's the first generation language, Pidgin. Okay, Creole is the language which is derived from Pidgin, the second generation. That means the children born in the Pidgin, Pidgin is a fragmented language, it's not a developed language, fully developed. We should say fully developed language. But Creole is developed by those children who were born in that particular context. But Creole is a fully fledged developed language. Huh? Creole is always a fully fledged developed language. How? Because those children, within their mind, they have that UGLAD, language acquisition device within them, and they have universal grammar, innate universal grammar within their brain. Yes. So they basically a fragmented and a broken language within, even if they were born in a fragmented and broken language, they develop a fully fledged functional language. See, that means yes, definitely, at least we could have something within our brain that basically helps us to develop a broken language into a fully fledged functional language. See, nativist perspective. Okay, a child says, okay, so let's see what their example. So a child says, I go instead of I went, showing application of internalizing grammatical patterns, not imitations. See, you guys know that he thinks, or the child thinks that, well, I played, what can I say then? What can I say?
I talked.
Oh, I talked, and then more. I smiled.
I smiled.
I call.
That's why he said, I go.
I go.
See, he did not know that particular way that I went is correct, but still he remembers the pattern. Just add an ed to refer it as past. Okay, so this is the native perspective. Okay, then interactionist perspective. This theory bridges nature and nurture. Nature and nurture. Nature means natural. Nurture means supernatural. That means it's not natural. We cultivate. Nature uncultivated. Nurture cultivated. Okay, so positioning that linguistic development results from the interaction between a child's biological potential and the linguistic environment, scaffolding. Well, adults provide structure input to support development. See, they say, I goed, then we scaffold it. You cannot say, I goed, I went. I eat, I eated. No, it's not
I
eaten,
ate.
it's I ate. Okay? Yeah, but still, I smile, I smile. That's okay. I talk, that's okay. But I eated, this is not okay. I eat, I ate. Okay? So this is how basically scaffolding works. With the help of adult learners or adult person, the children got scaffolding. Okay? So that's the interactionist perspective of those first language acquisition. Well, we are talking about first language acquisition definitely now. Okay, the child said ball, and caregiver response, yes, that's a big red ball, expanding the reinforcing linguistic structures. So caregiver means maybe it should not be caregiver, it could be mother or father or maybe grandparents. So, well, these slides are basically taken from some books which are written by the Westerners, and the caregiver was very common at their particular society, which is not common in our societies, even nowadays. Okay, so a child says ball, he says, and then maybe his father or mother says, yes, this is big red ball. What does that mean? They are giving them reinforcements. Yes, they want the child to learn big. That means a size, big or small, big. The features, yeah, definitely the linguistic features. Well, and then red, the color also. This is red, this is blue, this is white. Okay? Well, in language, or not only in language, everywhere we only learn some of the names. That's why in Quran, Allah said, I taught Adam names. They said that. Okay, so a child says ball, and the caregiver responds, yes, that's a big red ball. Then the stages of first language acquisition. Yes, write those 6 things. This is important, and if it comes to your midterm examination, you have to write these things accordingly to the structures. Definitely accordingly. You have to write those things according to the structures. Yes, number 1 should be placed at first, number 2 at the second, number 3 at the third, number 4 at the fourth position, and the rest in the respective consequences. Write those down first. Hey, you guys know those things, I think. I think connected to other things.
Last one is tweet. Tweet. C-W-I-T, tweet.
Which one?
That's the last one. Tweet is this page. Afterwards,
Cooing, yes, coo, coo. Cooing. That goes wrong first. Okay, this is very important for a midterm. And if it comes to the midterm examination, you have to write accordingly, according to the serial number. Yes. You will find it hard to see that thing from there. Oh, okay. What's your name? Yes, you. After you. Yes, your name, please. Yes. Meme. So you find it hard to see from there. You could find it hard, no problem. Then you could sit here if you want to. Oh, it's not a problem. Sit down. Do you wear glasses? You wear glasses? Huh? Do you wear glasses? Huh? Do you have glasses? Do you have that? While writing, let me explain it to you. Well, it's quite self-explanatory, and I believe many of you know it beforehand. So, pre-linguistic age, that means 0 to 6 months for a newborn baby. For a newborn baby, cooing and responses to phonemes. Phonemes mean sounds, the smallest unit of the sound segment. Exactly, you guys know that. So, cooing means making coo type of sound. Coo or ah, just like those sounds, and responses for those sounds. Okay? So 0 to 6 months for a newborn baby, and babbling stage for from 6 months to 12 months, a babbling stage baby. Production of consonant vowel syllables. Consonant vowels syllables, that means baba, mama, dada. And we used to think that, well, he's speaking to me, and maybe father is saying yes, the baby is calling father.
I don't recognize you.
Yeah, definitely. But this is, hey, everyone. So, just one thing caught my mind, that in every language, mother is the most easiest word to say. In every language, in this world, every language, mother is the easiest word to say. And in most of the cases, mother starts with bilabial sound. In every language, mother, the name of mother or the pronoun of a mother starts with a bilabial sound. You guys know bilabial sound? Bilabial sound with a nasal, with some nasal properties, plus nasal maybe. That's what I mean? Bilabial with plus nasal. Because a child, this is the easiest sound. This is the easiest sound that a child could make. This is the easiest sound. Oh, that's why first a baby recognizes its mother. Oh my goodness. It reminds me of my mother. started missing my mother. She is home. What? You are not a mother yet. Come on, write it down. What is that? Quickly. Okay, so that's the blabbering stage, 16, 16, not 16, 6 to 12 months. Production of consonant vowel syllables just like baba, mama, dada. Okay, so holospheric, holophrastic stage. Holophrastic stage, that means 12 months to 18 months, one word utterance expressing whole ideas. That means mum. Mum means in Bengali many inborn babies and newbies call mum to refer to what? Mum. That means okay. What other words they could make? What other sounds? Milk. Oh, in Bangladesh they do not say milk. They say mum to refer water, and baba to refer father maybe. Yes, those words. Dada to refer both grandparents. I mean paternal grandparents and maternal grandparents. Everyone is dada. Hey, do you know why? Because dada is quite a bit easier to say rather than nana. Definitely, dada is quite a bit easier to say rather than nana. That's why nana is dada, dada is also dada for a newbie. Okay, so holophrastic stage from 12 months to 18 months. One word utterances, one syllable we can say, one word or maybe one or two syllables. It means the easiest words. Okay, so 2 word stage from 18 months to 24 months. Simple phrases such as more juice. In Bengali, khabo, jabo, huh? Khala jabo, they say. That means I want to play, I want to go to the park nearby. Baire jabo is not an easy word to say. Baire jabo is not very common. Khala jabo maybe is common, huh? Well, I do not have a baby, so I do not know. Well, not only me, I haven't seen a baby. I haven't seen a baby very close, because when my younger sister born, I was a baby at that time. So I haven't seen a baby very close for my entire lifetime, because I do not have a baby, and my elder sister who were a baby then, but I was also a baby then. So I do not know. I do not have that experience. But maybe many of you could have your sister's baby, your elder brother's baby, so they could refer to it very clearly. Even they could have more experience than me. I don't have that. Maybe Chandni, you have elder sister's baby. Hey, she is not having a baby, but maybe your elder sister or anyone? No? Anyone in the family, a very close family member was baby? Your elder sister's baby? And then, okay, how months? Hey, wait, how months is the baby?
Now it's
11 years old.
No, 11 months.
11 months, okay, 11 months, 6 to 12 months, blabbering stage. Does that baby say dada, mama?
Yes.
Huh? I mean, okay, is it a baby boy or baby girl?
Baby girl.
Baby girl. Oh.
Names.
Maybe you could bring her here, and then we could say, hey, say something, so that we could learn. Say your name, or apply linguistics, and then he will say da. Okay, that's fun. So the 2 word stage from 18 months to 24 months, simple phrases such as more juice, khala jabo, just like these things. Papa jabo, right. Who said Papa jabo? Maybe. So telegraphic stage from 24 months to 30 months. Short sentences omitting functions words. That means daddy, go work. That means baba kuthai, baba kaje. Just like these words, huh? Ma kuthai, Ma Bashai. Just like these words, they can say from 24 months to 30 months. Hey, we are missing one important thing. These are, quite rationally they are speaking about it. The psychologists basically, yes, educational psychology, we could see these things. So we could examine the baby whether, hey, we could see or we could examine the baby whether the baby is a normal baby or some autistic features could be intrinsic within the baby by learning those structures. Well, a baby is 11 months and he is not saying anything, Baba, Dada, that's not normal. A baby at 12 months and he is saying, Noam Chomsky and applied linguistics, that's not normal also. So we could say how a normal baby should be talking, a normal baby should look like, a normal baby should act accordingly, these accordingly, okay? So the telegraphic stage, 24 to 30 months, short sentences omitting function words. Okay. Then later multi-word stage, increasing syntactic complexity and grammatical sophistication. Yes, after 30 months, that means by the age of 2, baby should start talking more precisely. He or the baby should be able to say, I want that balloon. I want to go to the park. In any language, in Bengali also, belun dao, or maybe in a more sophisticated way. If the baby is, after 2.5 years, he or she should be starting that particular thing, so that we could know, yes, Alhamdulillah, this baby is normal. A normal baby is a gift from God, definitely. A normal baby is the most precious gift that could ever meet a parent. And we all pray to God that maybe if God's mercy to us, and if God is willing to give us a baby, maybe he or she should be the normal one. We should pray for everyone, because okay, we should not talk about that. No, because this is the thing. Everyone should get normal babies. No, everyone should get normal babies, because the life of fathers, the life of parents of some special child is very miserable, very miserable. Okay, so this is stages of first language acquisition. If that comes to your midterm examinations, you have to write that accordingly. Well, you guys definitely know why this should be written in this particular structure. Okay, critical period hypothesis, we all know that critical period hypothesis. So by process by Eric Lenneberg's CPH, critical period hypothesis. Well, you guys know, you guys should have known that thing in the SLA course, and that's why I decided not to dig deep into that particular matter, just to, give an overview. Okay, proposed by Eric Lenneberg, 1967. This hypothesis argues that language acquisition must occur within a biologically determined window, typically before puberty. Well, we all know that thing. For example, the case of Ginny, a child isolated until age 13, who was never able to fully acquire systematic competence despite years of rehabilitation. Oh, yes, you know that. Thank you. So, yes. So, this refers Eric Lenneberg's critical period hypothesis. We all know from 0 to 2, then 2 to 13, then years of age, and then 13 to 24, then 24 onwards. Maybe, yes. As far as I remember from my university days. So, okay, critical period hypothesis, you do not have to write critical period hypothesis in that particular manner for your examinations, but yes, if you do not know that, I hope and I believe everyone knows that already. So no questions should be occurring from that in particular manner, but any other question referring to that, you have to write at least Eric Lenneberg's name and 1967, because this hypothesis, the critical period hypothesis, was proposed in the year of 1967. Clear?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Hey, what does the word mean? Puberty.
Puberty, adolescence.
Adolescence. Great. Okay, so second language acquisition, SLA overview. SLA is characterized by variability, conscious effort. Hey everyone, write down. This is important. Characteristics, SLA is characterized by variability, conscious effort. SLA, conscious effort. FLA, mostly unconscious or subconscious efforts. And often formal instruction, unlike L1. L1 means,
First
language.
or in other words,
Mother language.
great. So it is influenced by these four things. Write it down. So if the question, this is important for you to know. If the question occurs, what are the things that influence? What are the things that influence second language acquisition? Please write briefly. Then you have to mention those four names, and then you have to give some explanation for each of them. Okay, so while writing, let me explain to you age of acquisition. Yes, this is most important thing. In which age I'm acquiring that particular language. Just like critical period hypothesis, Eric Lernberg said, if I start acquiring this particular language before this year, then I could be more competent user of that particular language, which is not my first language, rather second language. Okay, so these kinds of theories should occur. If you age of acquisition, if you write Eric Lernberg's critical period hypothesis, numbers will increase. If you just write, whatever you want to write, just in your generalized opinion, then the numbers should be generalized also. Okay, so age of acquisition is not, the motivation and attitudes, yes, I believe you guys know that. Motivation in education, motivation in language learning.
Yes.
Definitely, SLA. So motivation and attitudes, yes. A positive attitude to a particular language should be more important for you guys. If you are showing a positive attitude to learn one particular language, that language should be occurring in a very fast pace. Or easily, yes. Plain language. Motivation, yes, motivation plays a vital role of acquiring second language. Definitely, high motivation could leave you with a great remark for that second language. Definitely, we all know that. And low motivation, yes sir, yeah, say, come on.
So
Are you motivated in this class?
Yeah. So
Maybe that's why you are getting more numbers. Maybe that's why you are getting a good competency in language. Thank you.
So you talk about the reinforcement. The other name of reinforcement is reward.
Sorry?
It could be motivation or reward. Reinforcement.
Reinforcement, motivation, no. Reinforcement does not connect it with motivation. Reward sometime, but not necessarily. Motivation means your inner motivation. Yes, I want to learn that particular language for this reason, for that reason. Well, it is reward, you could say, but not in the sense we are rephrasing rewards here. Hey everyone, here reward means instant reward. Everyone, here rewards for early childhood learners means instant reward. Chocolate, long chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate, very good. Chocolate, okay, give him the chocolate. But here, you are referring to a reward that in a broader aspect, in a bigger picture. Reward in maybe in job sector, reward in life, reward in career. It's not the reward here. We should be levelized. Okay, but motivation is another thing. I think you got something. Hey, I think you understand at least something. The difference between motivation and reward. Hey, I should be. If I want to make your question hard, then I should be putting this thing also. What is the difference between motivation and reward?
So what if someone
This is important. He said, see.
So what if someone is motivating you to?
What if someone is not motivation?
Someone is giving you motivation.
Someone is giving you motivation. No, not like that. No one is giving anyone's motivation. Here, motivation means I have that intrinsic motivation. I have that intrinsic urge. Here, motivation means urge. See, my own urge. I want to learn that particular thing. Okay, suppose I want to learn physics so that I could become an engineer. That's motivation. It's not like that. Okay, come on, if you learn data analysis, then this job will be there for you. This is not like that. This is not Sulaiman Shubhan. Come on. Okay. So the social cultural environment, yes, we all know that social cultural environment, how language is affected, language learning is affected by social cultural. Hey, which theory does it cover? Social cultural environment? Some slides ago, I already have talked about that. Social cultural is no. Nativist, no.
So nativist.
Nativist. Enough. Hey, nativist.
Oh, nativist.
Interaction, Bernard. If I find these names and these theories blending onto that particular thing, your numbers will be higher. If you just write musically, write whatever you want, then I will give whatever I want. But if these things, these names are presented at that particular place, numbers should be skyrocketing. Okay, social cultural environment, we already have talked about that. Instructional methods, well, instructional methods basically refers to the in which method we should instruct. Okay, in which way or in which method we should instruct. In the classroom or outside the classroom. Well, this is SLA, that means mostly inside the classroom. FLA holds its position mostly outside the classroom. SLA inside the classroom. So basically instructional method means inside the classroom, which methods we are using. I think we should not go further. Let me explain it without those cameras. Okay, SLA research informs curriculum design, assessment, and policy making in multilingual context. This will be important for you guys to understand. Huh? You don't have to write, just understand this thing. SLA research informs curriculum design, assessment and testing, and policy making in multilingual context. This is why this is basically taught in applied linguistics. Because we already know by our first slide what applied linguistics, what are the areas of applied linguistics. This is why we are here, and this is why we are teaching and learning this thing under the course of applied linguistics. Okay, so that's the end of today's class. Thank you.